That is good banter.
Testing one, and hello and welcome to episode 20. Episode 2 of Good Banter, and apologies if the voice is a little coarse, but it is 7:07 of the AM, and we are.
Where are we going?
We are going to fucking Sunbury.
SCUMBURY, as they
Sunbury.
call it. I mean, not people in Sunbury, but
No.
well, this podcast is getting to new bloody ridiculous levels, Tom. Last week we did an episode in the green room at the Comics Lounge. Thanks for anyone who listened. If you didn't listen, go back. It was a bloody rip snorter.
Great ep.
Johnny Katz cut in, and now, because our diaries just do not work, we're driving down to Sunbury. What are you picking up?
We're just picking up some shit for work. So I think people that didn't take their podcast so serious, or weren't so dedicated to their listeners, just looked at the diary and thought, you know what, fuck it, we don't have time this week. But not us. We've looked in, we've found a slight little gap.
You can't disappoint the 30 listeners.
You cannot disappoint them, because we've been told the key to a podcast is consistency. So you can't go missing a week. People think you're
dead.
You're gone, they move on to the next thing.
Jail.
So you got to keep pumping them out. So the only gap this week in our entire diary was Friday morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. I was driving out to Sunbury for work in the Sandalford work van, which is the company I work for.
We stand out like bloody dog's balls
This
here,
is
mate. No one is missing this van,
This
mate.
is a giant fucking red van. So I said, all right, this is going to sound ridiculous, Evan, but how about on my way, I swing past, pick you up.
Jeez, can you turn that heater down?
We record. The heater's a bit.
Sweat on it.
Yeah, sorry, mate. The heater's a bit. I don't mind the heater cranking.
You're just wearing jocks, though.
So he said, I'll pick you up from your joint at 7 o'clock. We drive out and we record the podcast while driving around the van. And most people would have said, Tom, that's fucking ridiculous. But Evan, his eyes lit up and he said,
Well, I don't know if they lit up,
They
but I
didn't light
thought
up,
we've got
no.
no other fucking choice, mate.
no, they didn't light up.
It's lucky that I've got no life, because, I mean, you've 3 kids, married, job. I mean, it's lucky that I just
Sitting around twiddling your thumbs.
twiddling my thumbs, and I thought Sunbury, that's a good way to. And you said it was my shout for the Maccas on the way back, but I thought you're taking me to Sunbury, mate.
Well, you might have dodged a bullet, because this van, because of the size of the fucking
you
thing,
don't get in.
You can't get into those.
So you're going to have to go in and get it.
I'm not going into Macca's. That's a shit. I've got a big day. We've discussed Macca's before. I don't think we're ever going to get Macca's to sponsor us.
Right.
It is shit.
Shit
It is a
food.
bad start to the day.
Eat a dick, Ronald.
If you grab a sausage and egg McMuffin first thing in the morning, you can guarantee that's going to be a shit day there.
Yep.
But
So what do you got on then, Tommy? Why are we doing it this early? Where are you heading?
so after this, headed out. I'm going to Adelaide. I'm flying again.
Adelaide.
I can't remember the last time I flew, but I've got a couple of gigs over in Adelaide. I'm getting over there Friday. I'm getting Today's Friday. So I'm getting over there, hiring a car, going straight to a gig at a footy club on a Friday night. I think it's a Masters footy club.
Yeah, they don't give a shit when they. They'd
no.
probably play on a Sunday, would they?
I don't know. I don't know.
They don't give a shit about preparation. They're
Zero
70.
shits. And then Saturday, so I've got a nice day Saturday sort of by myself. The weather over there is going to be 29. Love me family, love my wife, love my kids, but geez, it's going to be a nice day. Just not setting the alarm. Might get up, go for a jog, get up whenever I want, go and get a pie floater. Ever had a fucking pie floater?
Yeah. That's got peas and shit in it?
Oh,
Does
it? It's the best thing about Adelaide. Yeah, so it's got it's basically a meat pie. Well, it is a meat pie.
Yeah.
And
Not basically, yeah.
yeah, but they
It's
have the best meat
pie.
pies over in Adelaide. These Villies pies. And, so they're off the charts. And then it's in
You
like
going the right way?
Oh, fuck, have I gone the wrong way?
No. You're right.
No, we're
You're
right.
right.
Oh,
You can
geez,
get
the
through
heart
this way.
sunk.
That's right. No.
The heart
You
sunk.
get there.
Oh, and it's in like a bed of mashed peas.
Yes.
And then it's got like a dirty, massive wallop of gravy. On the top.
Okay.
And tomato sauce. and it is a good feed.
And you, because Tassie are famous for the scallop pies. You had a scallop pie? Or?
No, I haven't.
Nah, I've never had them before either. It just sounds a bit weird putting scallops in a pie, but they put anything in a pie now.
Why do they call scallop potatoes? Scallop potatoes. when there's
Maybe
no
it's
scallops
the
in
way they're cut. Is that? Oh no, any chefs listen to the podcast?
Does the
and
scallop pie have
that's got scallops in it.
scallops in it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a potato pie. It's got potato. It's a scallop pie, but they put anything in a pie these days.
Oh.
All these fancy
Oh,
bakeries.
yeah. Bring
But,
back the old.
So if
just
any,
your 4 and 20 or your Villies, your plain pies. That's all I need. Although a chicken and leek isn't too bad.
that's not a bad, and you can cook them yourself. Cook
Oh,
them
can you?
yourself because I don't think you're using leek for much else.
No, I wouldn't know where to buy a leek.
Maybe soup. Yeah, just
to
the
do a leek.
vegetable
Toilet.
oil. Yeah, have a leek.
Anyway, so we've got some. So I've jotted down a couple of things to talk about.
All right, and I've got a little wedding conundrum, which we'll get into a bit later on
'cause
because
the wedding's coming.
the wedding's coming up, mate, and you just want everything to run smooth.
Oh,
The wedding,
take two. Wedding
the-
take two.
the wedding website's out. The invitations are gone out.
Numbers still dropping off.
Not really, Tom. Not really. I think everyone wants to get away to Port Douglas, and I think we're down to about 160. So,
Jesus.
but there's a few who haven't replied, but I think they're coming. So
the
Kristen's
list.
on the warpath. She said, "You got to tell your friends to bloody RSVP."
Well, it's not a fucking. It's not like a footy club, bloody 80s night to RSVP for that. It's a fucking wedding. If someone invites you to a wedding,
Yeah.
have the decency to get back to them.
Although I know a lot of
Although
people.
did I get back to you?
I don't know if you have.
Okay.
I know
we're
you're
coming.
I know you're coming though, so that's
Yeah.
the official. So if
Yeah,
anyone
it's-
hit
yeah.
up the podcast if you come.
Yeah, if
but
you could pass that on.
I think sometimes maybe where your shit goes to the junk file, and you're just like, did
Well,
maybe people haven't got
Goes
it.
into went into their junk.
Yeah, went into
Oh,
their
okay.
junk.
Yeah, I've had some issues with the old junk lately. It's why do they fucking have it?
Well, it's obviously so you can get rid of
the junk.
the shit. But I don't know, how do they end up in, like some people, if I sent you an email now, that could just go to the junk file. We're sitting next to each other.
If I was just going through someone's mail, like if I grab someone's mail,
Yep.
like just say, I'm at your joint,
Like
I'm
letterbox mail.
I'm going through your mail, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm just sorting shit out.
Dodgy.
And I would and I was just chucking stuff in the mail in the bin that I didn't think you wanted. I'd want to be pretty fucking certain that you didn't want that mail.
Yeah.
And they're chucking stuff in, and I just don't know if they're certain that it's junk. Like,
And then some people go, check your junk. A lot of my files of it. So they sort of know it's going to the junk. I don't know how it works.
yeah,
I
I
don't
just
know.
think you'd want to be better at what you do before you go chucking people's shit in the bin.
Yes. No, that's a great, what do they call that? That's
Analogy?
a great analogy? Or
Yeah. But,
analogy. We'll go with analogy.
Yeah, so that's looking forward to that. Your little conundrum about your wedding.
And also, we have had a few people hit us up on the Good Banter email,
have
which
we?
is, really good banter at gmail.com. Apologies, I didn't print them out. I was going to read them out, but
it's probably not the day while we're driving.
it's probably not the day where we're
But
driving
we're
on the
back
way
in
to Sunbury. We're just trying not to crash.
Yeah, so let's get
So,
into some
you
stories.
get into it, mate. Get into it.
So this one, and it's going back, and quite often I go back and tell old yarns.
do.
But
Love.
but I was reminded because I just went and picked you up from you at the front of your joint,
Yeah.
and just around the corner from your joint, probably a 1 minute walk, is the
Pavilion.
which is it a boxing
Someone got
venue?
shot there.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a
It's a
boxing venue,
boxing, and there's a bit of shady characters that hang around the boxing.
It's just got that sort of vibe about it. There's had a bit of a few bikies hanging around. Not the bikies are shady.
No.
But
Depends which gang you're in, but
so anyway, I got invited to. So it was a big. Johnny Rombotis organises a lot of these big gigs.
where did he play? He played at Fitzroy.
Yeah, he played at Fitzroy. Played at Port. I think he finished up at Port Adelaide. Very good footballer. Saw him.
Shit last name. Good football.
Rombotis, yeah, tough last name. But I actually saw him when it was during lockdown. They were showing all the old games. He played a game Fitzroy about a minute in, got his head split open, and then no blood rule back in those days.
Nah.
Just kept playing on and played an absolute blinder. So he could
Wouldn't it be good
certainly
if
play.
you had something like that on video where you just even if you just played like 40 games and you just had a blinder one day, could you name it as
Just to show the kids.
someone like Alan Jakovic, who played for Melbourne?
Oh,
He played a bit and he had some cracking games, but wasn't a household name. But
He was for a couple of weeks there.
he was for a couple of weeks. He kicked like 13 or something. He did some
he was on
bicycle
fire.
kick
that
and
bicycle
kicked.
goal
I remember
and
that.
Kissed his brother on the
Kissed
lips.
his
and,
brother
yeah,
on the lips and, tickled his balls. And you're like, Jesus, you can't do that on the footy field.
It's quite the highlight reel
Or
for.
can you?
You obviously can. So anyway, Johnny's organises these huge gigs, and this one in particular was a Brownlow night. So it's a night of the Brownlow, and it was the who's who of footy. So I think there's probably 300-400 punters that have all paid.
It's a big joint.
Big joint.
I've never been in there.
And he's filled. It might have been more in there, and he's filled the joint. So
Good on him.
So every table has got 12 people on it. And every player, it says 30 odd tables, and every table
Good mass.
has a
Brownlow medals.
as a not a Brownlow medalist, but a celebrity footballer. And so
I didn't get an invite on.
and it is the
Disappointed.
who's who of footy. So you name it, they were there. Robert Harvey, Judd, just every Billy Brownless, Dermot
Was
Burr,
Nathan
Dunstall.
Buckley there?
No, he wasn't
Oh,
there.
so
you
you
know,
name
no,
it, they
no.
weren't there.
So he said to me, "All right, Tommy, you've got one of the tables."
Oh,
And we're all, so
everyone
everyone's
would
out
be
there, and I'm
fucking
like,
wrapped.
"Oh, you are kidding me!" So I was getting up there to do the suburban footballer at some point during the night, and I'm shitting myself anyway about doing that because the setup was fucking atrocious.
And also, just a quick side note, you've sort of said that in the because you've got like 70,000 followers on Facebook.
Yep.
And I just thought the suburban footballer, everybody knew the suburban footballer.
No, and I corrected you fairly quickly.
But you're saying in the AFL circles, like with the sometimes the footy nuffies, they got no idea who the fuck you are.
Yeah, people just think footy people are footy people, but there's AFL people and there's local footy people. There's certainly a crossover,
Different.
but there's a lot of people that are just AFL and would have never ever entered the environment of local footy. And some people think, oh, we'll put the suburban football in front of those people, and they quickly learn, and I quickly learn that it doesn't fucking work because they just look at me like, who the fuck is this bloke?
Because you do look weird.
I think this night may have been an exception. There would have been a lot of local footy people there, but it was just a shit setup. It was free booze. A lot of people couldn't see the stage. Billy Brownless was emceeing. He wasn't getting anyone's attention.
Yep.
The sound was shit. It was echo. It was all over the shop. So anyway, everyone's in their seats. Show's about to start, and myself and 29 of the biggest names in football are backstage, and they're about to be introduced, and no one knows what footballer
They're getting.
They're getting. So, and every footballer is getting a big introduction.
Oh,
So it's like, so table number 1, your footballer is blah blah blah, Brownlow medalist, St Kilda legend, Robert Harvey, and everyone gets up and goes, hey, woo, Robert Harvey, and those people in that table are going, oh, we got Harvey sitting next to us, and the and there's a spare seat on the table, and Robert Harvey sits down, and they're like, oh, we get to spend the night with Robert Harvey, how good's this? And then, so we're fucking dwindling down, and Jason Dunstall, hey, Kudafides, hey, Denver Brand, and everyone's excited. And I'm there just going, oh, this is going to be fucked. And I remember sitting there with Boomer, Harvey going, and he's laughing at me going, oh, mate, because I knew that, everyone's just going, who the fuck is this?
Everyone's going to be disappointed.
And the table is going to be shattered.
Yeah.
Because well, no one knows suburban footballer anyway, and I wasn't even wearing my gear, so I just looked like a bloke.
Oh.
No, so I wasn't wearing my gear. I said to him, I'm not wearing my fucking gear out there, and sitting at a table all night.
You got to start
in my gear.
saying, oh, well, you're probably
start
getting
saying
paid.
no.
You're probably getting paid all right.
Well, yeah, that's the story. So, anyway, so they've gone, ladies and gentlemen, and all of a sudden, you could tell the bio was different. It's like, oh, this guy, he started doing stand-up comedy in 2000, he did a show at the Melbourne Comedy Festival, he's been on the footy show for table.
So they're thinking maybe Hughesy.
Oh, we got Hughesy. I think we might have Jamon. We got Jamon. And then,
Bill Burr.
And then they started, and it was pretty gross, they started shooting off a couple of my footy
highlights or lowlights.
Which was just sort of embarrassing compared to all the other people in the room. You know, he's played over 200 games for the Caulfield Bears.
Oh, that's just... They're taking the piss out of you.
Table 28, Tom Siegert, a.k.a. the Suburban Football, the fucking tumbleweed goes past.
The record player.
And the crickets.
Crickets.
Oh, fuck,
who the fuck is Tom Siegert?
Oh, it was the pit. What did I hear? I digress for a sec.
Digress. Do it.
Someone was telling me recently about a new little fad. Someone at the Comics Lounge was saying that there's a thing that people are doing now where they're actually taking their phone to a gig, which is fine, and making it play cricket noises at a gig. So if a joke goes shit, they'll play cricket noises.
That's happened to me.
Serious?
Yeah, I did a gig in a backyard.
Fuck me.
I did a gig in a backyard. It must have been about
Well, they might have been actual crickets, were they?
Well,
it was a backyard.
It could have been, actually. It was late at night. It's cicadas, I think they were.
I was not bad as a cricket.
I think it was for like a season launch or something. I spoke to Dave O'Neill and Limo. They said they've both done it. So Glenn Archer was there.
Both done the gig.
They've done the gig, and they said, "Oh, yeah, it's a pretty shit setup." But they're all standing up on the
Glenn
lawn.
Archer was there.
Glenn Archer was there, and I'd done a few gigs with Arch. It was one of those things. We got Glenn Archer, and then they bring on Evan Hocking. They go, "Who the fuck is Evan Hocking?" But I did the gig, and it was just hard work. You had people lying on banana lounges near the pool. You had people watching the races up the top of this backyard. Like a multi. It was in Greensboro or something like that, so all these toffee fuckers.
Sounds like good fun, but a shit gig.
It was good fun. Shit gig for me, though. At one stage, the ball went in the pool. A dog just runs in front of me and jumps in the pool.
It shouldn't have dogs
and
running.
he's getting more. I go, you know, you're going well when the dog's getting more. And I reckon someone must have bought it up, and they played the fucking crickets.
I tell you
I thought, I'm going to jump in and chase the fucking ball.
So, I tell you what, if you're sitting at home and thinking about going to a comedy gig and taking your crickets along, you can shove your phone up your ass, because we don't need that.
And if it gets to a point where you're bringing your own tumbleweeds in and rolling them along the stage, you can go get fucked.
Fuck yourself.
So that's fucked.
We do not need that.
No, we don't need that.
Comedy's a tough enough game without some smart ass. But anyway, so back to the gig. So, and I'm like just backstage going, and Boomer Harvey and a couple of other blokes were back. Who was it for Carlton where everyone went, whoop?
Oh, Ange Christou. He goes to the local little cafe I go to. He's a bloody great bloke. He's still looking fit. He said he doesn't do much of that stuff, but just a really great guy. Really great guy.
And they're laughing at me, going, "Oh, you poor bastard!" Like they were lovely. And then finally it was Tom Siegert, and I've come out and I'm just. If everyone else's claps and applause was 100%, mine was 20.
20.
Yeah, and the other one, and the 20 were probably supportive, nice people that thought, well, we can't let this guy have nothing. So anyway, so they've give me a bit of a clap, and I've gone to the table. So I've walked to the table full of blokes, good, just normal sort of blokes, look like tradies, but you could tell they're fucking pretty disappointed.
I was disappointed when you came and picked me up this morning.
I know, imagine
came in and they looked at you,
and they paid the same money as everyone else, and it wasn't. Tickets weren't cheap, and so they're stuck with me. So I've gone, and salt in the wounds. No spare seat. No fucking spare seat. So I've just stood there and I've gone and I've just said, "Oh, is there a seat?" And one of the guys goes, "No, there's no spare seat." And I've just.
Do you reckon they just grabbed someone from another table?
Oh, just so they didn't have to sit with
just so we go, fuck this. Let's jump in. Hey, Robbo, jump in here. So the cock can't sit anywhere.
So I just stood there for a couple of seconds and then thought, I'm not going to sit on someone's lap. So I just started walking. So I just walked out and never went back to that table.
So did you have to? Were you meant to be doing stand-up?
I was meant to be doing stand-up later on in the night, and you know how late the Brownlow night is, and it was all about the night was all about the gambling. What do you call them when people punt on something like that? And
a problem.
A problem. Anyway,
was it like sports bet or something? Or,
no, it was like every table picked
Calcutta.
Calcutta,
India.
So it was a big Calcutta, and so it was all about that more than anything else. And they had some auction items. And the auction, poor Bill Brownless was getting donuts.
Oh.
And anyway,
you know it's bad if a personality's getting fuck all.
Yeah, they're giving him nothing. But it wasn't the punter's fault. Like, you couldn't see the guy. The stage was tucked away, and then right at the end they came up to me, Tom, you got to go on. And I was like, and people were walking out, and there's like well-known bikey identities around.
You could get shot.
And I'm like, I said, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it, and I just walked out.
Yep.
And
Did you get paid?
No. Well, I didn't fucking do what I was meant to do, so I didn't expect to get paid.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't do my job.
No,
so,
fair enough. And he still books you.
Yeah, he still books me.
He cancelled one on you this week.
He understands that it was not a good but Johnny gives me a lot of gigs. Does the auctions, and it's a good time. So that was just it was a great night, but just not one great for performing, and a little bit humiliating for me. Anyway, right. all good. So what else? So you're
little wedding conundrum. So we'll stop there, Tom.
Sweet Jesus!
Holy shit!
There we go.
Good breaks on the pedo van here. Work van.
Yeah. The terrifying thing about this van is that it is
must have blind spots. Jesus.
Oh, it's just one big blind spot. It's all blind spots. But is that it is higher than the Montague Bridge. And that's terrifying. Yeah. So if ever I'm around that port, anywhere near within 10...
Is this Montague Bridge?
Is that the Montague Bridge? Is that the Montague Bridge?
No, that's the Westgate.
And any sort of bridge you go under, you're like, oh boy, because this is the sort of van that gets regularly.
So do you know the actual height of it?
It's written somewhere.
Probably on the roof.
Where is it written?
I don't know.
But I know I was told once that when we bought it, they said it doesn't fit on the Montague Bridge. That's all you need to know.
Well, it's probably not all you need to know. You probably need to know the exact height of it, because there's other bridges in fucking Melbourne. But
I thought it was written here somewhere.
That's all right. Anyway, we'll get it by the end of the of the app. All right. So we're coming into Sunbury. Do we have time to pump this out?
Yeah. Because we've got to go. How long's this episode?
We've been going 22 minutes.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into the wedding conundrum. So obviously with the wedding, we've had people replying. Well, firstly. Who emceed your wedding?
Troy Kenny. That's a bloody great get.
I've just got Kristen's brother. He's not as big a name, but he's going to do a great job.
Still a good name.
Who was this? Did you know the celebrant? Who was the celebrant?
Celebrant was so my wife. So
she did it and married you.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if it's actually legit. But no. So she went to a Catholic school.
Right.
She's a Catholic school teacher. So we did the whole Catholic.
Yes.
Catholic,
so
we had
your
a priest.
ceremony went for about 4 hours,
and it was roughly 45. No, it would have been 50 degrees in that room. But anyway, it was a hot day, very hot day, when the aircon wasn't working.
Yeah. So anyway. We celebrant wise, Kristen's. So when we said we're getting married.
Go for it.
You don't get the fines, do you? No, that was orange.
Sure they could track him.
Celebrant-wise, we sent out, I think it was save the dates.
Yeah,
and one of Kristen's friends, she's a celebrant. And she sent
So she's getting invited?
Well, she's definitely getting invited. And we won't mention names. I mean, if she listens to this, I'm fucked. But anyway, she'll
probably put two and two together.
She'll put two and two together because...
She's the only celebrant.
She's the only celebrant that we know.
And the only celebrant that's marrying you guys at the wedding.
Well, that's the conundrum. That's the conundrum. Yeah. So she said, yep, great, congratulations, save the date. And she sent maybe a message, said, I know a good celebrant, and sent her details.
Oh.
And I thought, that's a bit, even if you're taking the piss, that's a bit rich, That's the fan.
Who's the fan?
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll pick up this shit. Are we going to do this in the car park?
In warehouse deliveries. We'll go down here. So we're picking something up from Bunnings Sunbury, just going down the back. I haven't got a high vis.
Oh,
man.
shit.
I haven't got a...
We'll
I've got a
go and get
mask.
some spray paint.
got a
I'll spray
mask.
paint you yellow.
All right. So, well, do you want to take a bit of a
Maybe
break?
we'll take a
and
break.
oh no, here we go. There's a bit of traffic. So we're caught behind this truck.
Okay. All
so
right.
this could.
All right.
Yeah, here we go.
Sorry about this, guys. This is bloody all.
Oh, there's
all
a
messed
few
up.
trucks. Fuck,
Okay.
mate.
Okay. So, all right. So she sends this thing, and I thought, that's a little bit rich. And even Kristen was a bit like, that's a bit full on. And even when we went to Port Douglas for Kristen's dad's wedding, we had people just handing us business cards going, who we sort of knew, go, oh, well, if you need a good celebrant. I said, I haven't spoken to you in 10 years. And what?
How many celebrants do you know?
So, well, there's a fair few in Port Douglas. I give you the tip. But I said, I don't care. You do it. Like, it doesn't matter who marries us. I don't care if it's a rabbi, if it's a priest. I don't care if you married us. I'd be like, that's great. But Kristen was sort of like, I just don't know. She can't decide. She doesn't want to disappoint anyone. I said, all right, well, fine. And this went on for about months of not deciding. And
About the celebrant?
because she thought, do I do this? Do I do that?
So this girl's getting invited?
She's getting invited.
Yeah,
She's getting invited. So Kristen, we ended up, a mate of mine up there, Nicky G, who he's just like, he'll do, mate, whatever you want for the wedding, because Kristen wants this and that, a bit of a bridezilla, but all good, and just reverse
Cut
it.
that
That's
out.
nice. That's
Cut
nice.
that out.
Yeah, we'll cut that out. Jesus Christ, she's been great. She's been great. So, and I'll get to a point at fucking some stage of this story. So I said, let's ring Nicky G. He's a mate of mine.
He's the fix-it
He's
man.
casual. He's the wedding guy. They call him the wedding. Well, he calls himself the wedding guy.
But he's not a celebrant.
He's a celebrant.
He's a celebrant.
So
Fucking hell.
he's got the celebrant. He does DJing. He used to do the cane toads at the Iron Bar. He works at Hart. Mate, he does anything. He'll, if you've got a flat tire, he'll come out and fix it for you. He does
I'm just
whatever.
worried he's got his finger in too many pies, this bloke, and he might not be...
he might come out and forget what he's doing that day.
He might start... Yeah, he might
start just
might,
DJing.
Might put on Love Shack or bloody...
No, Nicky, we just want to be married. We just want to be married. We spoke to him, asked him, Nicky, will you be our celebrant? He said, yeah, no worries, guys, because he married Kristen's dad.
Okay.
Not years ago. He's remarried, obviously. He's about 70. So
there should be a different term for that.
Yeah.
Because you just... Because that just sounds like he married...
Oh, different term. Sorry, I was thinking talking about where we
Like
are.
it should be... it should be like... just so there's a bit of confusion where we're driving around the car park.
Bunnings, look at the sausages.
Because the lineup in that... where I picked that shit up...
That wasn't moving.
Was too long. Yeah, so we'll get a park out here... And then we'll go in through and grab
400. Just pick one.
Yeah, okay. So, the term, like he married Kristen's dad.
Yeah. Well, not in a gay marriage, but like...
No, but it should be like
him.
he celebrated the dad or something.
Yeah, he was there. Maybe...
I know what you mean, but still, it's
that's cool. Yeah, so he did that. Everything was great. So I thought, let's just get Nicky. Like, he's a mate of mine. He's not close enough to come to the wedding, but he's a great mate.
So he wasn't going to the wedding?
No, he wasn't going to the wedding.
Jesus, this is getting complicated.
But it is. So he was fine. He goes, yeah, whatever you need. We can catch up. You can do this. You can do that. Mate, I'll just marry you. You do what you want. The ceremony can be anything. So he's locked in.
Good.
He's locked in. Nicky G was locked in a long time ago because obviously we were meant to be getting married last year.
Okay, yep.
So now we're sending out, and this girl, I think, had mentioned to a few of the friends who were going to the wedding that may have mentioned to one of Kristen's friends, who's one of the bridesmaids.
That she's doing it?
No. She said, if I'm not the celebrant at your wedding, there's going to be hell to pay. So putting out some threats. I don't know whether there's a hit put out on Kristen.
Oh God!
But let's not get too deep into that.
No.
So what happens is you send out the invites, the wedding website, and a little "Yes, I'm coming" comes back from this woman, this girl. She's coming to the wedding.
The could have been celebrant.
One that could have been celebrant.
So she's coming. So no hard feelings?
It's like they could have been champions.
No hard feelings? Well, there wasn't there wasn't a little hard feelings.
It's getting deep. It's getting deep. So she says, yes, we're coming. And then a week later, Kristen gets a message saying...
Text message
saying, sorry, love, I've got a wedding down in Cairns at 3:00 on the day of your wedding. No. Fucking what? Get to the point, Evo. No.
Isn't your wedding
What she said was,
This story's
it's bloody ridiculous. Well, it's so complicated, and it happened a while ago. I had to do it when I was in the moment. No, she said, I've booked 2 weddings on the 7th of August, so I can come to your wedding on the 15th or whatever.
So when she says wedding, she says weddings that she's going to...
Yeah, she's
so that's her job. So
that's her job. Yeah, she's a celebrant. Yeah. She's a celebrant. So she said,
where does she live?
She lives in Port Douglas.
Okay.
Or out somewhere near there.
Yep.
So she said, blah, blah, blah. I've got 2 weddings on the 7th, but I've left your wedding free. And Kristen's like, our wedding is on the 7th. She's like, what? You've booked... Our wedding's the 7th. You've booked 2 weddings.
She's double booked.
Yeah. But she's replied saying that she's coming to the wedding.
Okay. So she's got her dates mixed up.
Yeah. I'm thinking that was maybe, she said, I can come to the reception. I've booked 2 weddings, one in Cairns, and she's like, oh no, I've stuffed up. I didn't realise. Now, I don't know, Tom, like, if you're a celebrant, I think you've got a wedding coming up, I think you're going to be a little more, you're going to be a bit more.
Oh, yeah. I think you might have dodged a bullet not getting her to, God, I hope she doesn't listen to this.
Yeah, should I be saying this? Fuck.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to chat about this.
So, all right, let's get, she's not the celebrant. She's coming to the wedding.
Oh, that's good. She
cancelled a wedding. She cancelled a wedding. And she's coming
good.
Coming to the...
all's well that ends well.
We're looking forward to seeing you.
She's a beauty. We're going to look forward to catching up with her.
Oh,
and look, at the end of the day, you've got a backup celebrant. That's a positive.
She's not coming to that.
She's what?
She's down in Cairns.
Didn't you say... because she's double booked.
She's double booked. But she said...
Then I thought you said she was coming.
Mate, it's all over the joint. She's coming to the reception. But originally...
I was just thinking, what's this... There's a bloke just staring at us. What's this cockhead looking at? But we're just sitting here in a van at 7 o'clock in the morning with both holding microphones talking. It's probably a fair...
it was a bit of a conundrum. It was a bit of... I thought it was a bit rich of her. I think she played it where she said...
Yeah.
I don't think you stuff your dates up like that when you've already said, I'm coming to the wedding.
Yeah, look, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
look, you don't want to cast aspersions.
No, I think I did there, didn't I?
I certainly did.
I've really fucked
cast
up.
Many
so,
aspersions.
Sharon, if you listen to this, don't... I like you. I love you.
We'd love to have you on the show to pick your brain and work out what was going on.
Trouble there, aren't I?
Oh, boy. Creepers. How long have we been going for?
That's it. So,
that's it. Let's nip this one in the bud. Weird. Yeah, so, we'll record another one on the way home.
Maybe. We'll see how we go.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes. But
anyway, thanks for listening.
What a great episode that was. We had some highs, some lows. Had a story that it wasn't a shit story. It was just
it was complicated.
We sort of needed maybe a whiteboard or something to map it out.
It's like when they're trying to solve a crime and they got the face in the middle.
And all the
post-it notes and the little offshoots going to this guy did that, that guy was here.
I just felt you got a bit lost in the middle.
I got real lost. I got real lost because, like I said, it happened a few weeks ago. And when it was fresh in my mind.
Yeah, mine happened 4 years ago.
Yeah, but I don't think it was complicated. Mate, this was...
I know.
Maybe I'm a bad storyteller.
No, you're not. You're a good storyteller. That one was all over the shop. But
I don't think we even solved it in there. Really.
All right. That was episode 20 of Good Banter. We're going to go in and collect this.
Give the podcast a review, a rating. Tell your mates about it.
Tell your friends.
And if you just forget about that last story.
Yeah.
And
that was a good story.
Just get on the Good Banter Instagram page, Twitter. Tell your friends. I've said that. I'm all over the shop. I'm rattled. Good Banter. Oh, Jesus.
Good Banter. That's a good